everything is packaged and whether or not there's a ton of waste. I try to be environmentally friendly, but honestly with these delivery services there is no way of getting around the fact that you need insulation and you need your items to stay the temperature. So I'm excited to see how that looks in this HelloFresh box. Alright guys, so yeah, we got some paperwork on the top. Let's see what's in the envelope first. Looks like it's just some coupons for some other services that comes in the envelope. Okay, and then what is this? Some more services. And then it looks like we have some of our recipe cards. So I have 4 recipe cards. I ordered 2 portions of each recipe, so 8 meals total. So I just have some salmon in a creamy Dijon chive sauce, creamy lemon butter chicken, Italian meatloaves, and a pork katsu. Sure, that sounds right. Alright, so opening this guy up even further. First item I have is this Polar seltzer. It's a raspberry lime. I've been really into like carbonated waters lately, so excited to try this. I didn't actually order this, so maybe this is like a throw-in freebie or something like that. So we have that. Anything else? Okay. So it looks like that these are actually. So it looks like these brown sacks is for each of our recipes. So we have the Italian meatloaf in here, the salmon in here. This bag does look a little bit wet, and it seems to be from the ice pack at the bottom, kind of giving off some condensation. But this is here. This one is for our pork. And then the last one is for our creamy lemon butter chicken. So I'm guessing they use this little cardboard thing here to kind of separate the ice packs from the other items. And then we got these ice packs. And it does tell you on the ice sack packs how to recycle them. So you just cut off the corner and empty the ingredients into the trash can, and then you can recycle this plastic, which is very, very cool. And then it looks like at the bottom I have my proteins. So this is my Atlantic salmon, 2 servings in here. How much is a serving? So these are 5-ounce salmons in here. Next I have my pork cutlets and 2 6-ounce servings in here. And then I have my chicken breasts. This is 2.5 servings, 4 ounces each. And then lastly, I have my ground beef, 2.5 4-ounce servings. So that's it. So they gave me 3 of ice packs, and then it's also, I guess this was also providing insulation. Does this say anything about being able to be recycled? So apparently, according to the writing on these box insulators, it does say that you can recycle these. It just says to go to this website, so I'll go to this website and let you guys know how this is recyclable as well. But if that's the case, then guys, there's really not a lot of excess anything in here. I mean, obviously, even if you were to go to the grocery store, your proteins would be packaged in plastic like this. By the way, these are 2 temperatures. Like, these are very cold, not warm at all. As far as the looks of the meat, everything pretty much looks quality. I'm not seeing any issues with these guys. Like, this bonus was very nice to them. And then I just have to open up our actual individual packets here. So what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna bring you into the kitchen, and we're going to open up these individual packs and see what the ingredients in these look like. Alright guys, so we are in the kitchen. I don't have a ton of counter space, so we're gonna try to make everything work in this little setup here. But let's go ahead and go through some of our cards. So let's start with the pork. And let's see what the pork has for us. All right. So this is what things look like inside the bag, that just so you can kind of see what it looks like fresh out. All right, so based on, and this is our recipe card here, so I'm going to be referring to that in the background. But based on the recipe card, we have some panko breadcrumbs, and it's also labeled. Everything is labeled, which makes it really easy. Panko, and we are supposed to have, what, 12 ounces of carrots. Now, one thing to point out with the recipe cards that I just noticed, so the ingredients are listed to the left of the recipe cards, and you can see there's kind of two measurement options for the ingredients, and so it depends on your serving size as to which you would follow. So you can see up here it says 2-person versus 4 persons. This I ordered for 2 persons, so I'll be looking at the first number as far as how much is going into my recipe and how much should be in my bag. So that's key to note. So I have 12 ounces of carrots. We have 2 scallions. Let's see, we got some sesame seeds. So we have 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds, and then this sauce is the katsu sauce. I'm assuming 4 tablespoons of that. We got the garlic powder, 1 teaspoon, and then the half a cup of jasmine rice. I love jasmine rice, by the way. Last 2 things in here, we just have some ginger and some sour cream. So that's everything for our pork. Now that you kind of know what it's gonna look like, I'll go ahead and speed through the other 3 ingredients. So I'm just gonna actually put these back in the bag, and I think I'm just gonna store them like this in my fridge. I don't see the point in separating any of the ingredients. So put this back in here and store it in the fridge. Alrighty guys, so I am super excited to show you the results. Sorry if you hear my dishwasher running, it might be a little loud. But these are my 2 meals. So I have the one that I'm about to eat now, and then I just have the one packaged for leftovers. So this is the pork katsu, if I'm pronouncing that right. So it came with the sesame roasted carrots and the ginger rice. And it looks, y'all, I did the dang thing. Look at that. Like, it's not too far off. The only thing that I will say, again, I haven't eaten anything yet. I haven't even tried it yet. I'm super excited to do that. But if you're looking at the portion size in the photo compared to what you end up with, and I pretty much tried to split my ingredients in half to make it fair. The portion size on the photo is definitely larger than just the 1 serving size that you're supposed to take. So that's key to note. But everything was very easy to set up as far as the
prep time and the cook time that they specify on the bottom, that was pretty much spot on as far as how long it took me to do this. The only thing that I forgot to do was toss my carrots in the sesame seeds, so I kind of just sprinkled those on top. But everything else went to plan. Maybe I didn't cut up my scallions right. Not really sure how to do that too much. I think I might have them a little bit too big, but I'm really excited to go ahead and dig in.
Finished my meal, and now I just want to go ahead and wrap up the video and give you my overview and my thoughts on my very first HelloFresh delivery. So the first thing I want to talk about is the box, the packaging, that kind of thing. So the box came without any damage. Everything was packaged very well, as you see, and I love that most of the materials that were in the box are recyclable. That I really love. I can recycle the external box. I can recycle, I think, some of the liner, maybe not the whole liner. And then I can also recycle the ice packs as well. So that I absolutely love. I love an eco-friendly company, and the fact that that can extend to its customers who are also trying to be more environmentally friendly. What I want to touch on is how the meals were individually packaged. So I love the fact that they separate them, because it would be not overwhelming, like it would just be like an inconvenience if everything was just rolling around in the box. If you have mixed all of the ingredients from one to the other, I can see how that can get confusing, especially if you have the same ingredients, especially if you have the same ingredients in each meal. Like I think I had sour cream in like every meal this week, so that could be confusing. So I love the fact that they just keep everything separated. And also, as far as storing it in your fridge, that's really easy. You just pick up the bag, store it in your fridge until you are ready to cook it. So there are no concerns there at all. And I do love also that they did not put plastic around their produce items. By having all the meals in their own individually wrapped paper sacks, you don't really need to then kind of overdo it and wrap your produce in plastic. So that cut down on packaging, I'm sure. So I love the fact that they have all the meals individually packaged in their own little paper sacks. And then as far as the recipe cards are concerned, I love the layout of the recipe cards. It makes sense, which of course, if you're a beginner, if you're intermediate, if you're expert, like these will work in any circumstance. I love the fact that the ingredients are very clear as day on the side there. That way, if you're repeating these recipes outside of your deliveries, it's very easy to just see, okay, these are all the ingredients I need. Write that down on the shopping list and go to the store and shop for it. I love that they show you what it's supposed to look like. Not that you have to plate it the same, but that way you kind of have an idea of what the end result looks like. And as far as the breakdown, on my recipe that I followed today, the steps made sense. It was very easy to understand, and also I love that they provided pictures that goes along with the steps as well. Sometimes when you're looking at recipes, even in a cookbook, sometimes there's not always pictures to accommodate a lot of the steps. So the fact that that's the case with this, I really love that. And then in this little corner, they also include like tips. And so this is helpful for me because, like I said, I'm not the best cook. And so with the pork that I made earlier today, it kind of told me why we were cutting the carrots at a diagonal instead of cutting it just straight up and down and stuff like that. Like, that's good knowledge to know. That way, when you're cooking your own things in the future, you kind of have better skills, I guess, better cooking skills, and you know why certain things are being done. And so that's the case with this little section. It's just giving you some tips like, hey, do this, remember to do this, and things like that. So I love the fact that they also give you some extra tips, because that'll make you a better cook over time, especially if you're a beginner like I am. And then the last thing to point out on the recipe card is the busted out section is usually just telling you what type of utensils and kitchenware you would need, and also things that don't come in the box. So you'll see that there's butter listed on this one, olive oil, salt, pepper. Those are staples that everybody should have in their kitchen that they did not include in the box because they're expecting you to already have it at home. So that way you don't get this out, you're ready to cook, and then you realize you don't have butter. So definitely check that busted out section, so you'll know exactly what you need. The last thing I want to mention about the recipe cards is if you do have somebody whose predominant language is not English, you can also translate your instructions on the app. So you can go to the app, you can put in, so for instance, this is our salmon dish right here, which accompanies this card here. So you can go through your recipe card on the app, and you can also translate the instructions. So if you would rather see your instructions in a different language, you have that option on the app. But also another cool thing about the app is you can also set timers. So you also have the option to set timers, because some of the things that you do will require that you have a timer set. So all of that you can do in the app, and you can set the timers based on the step that you are in on the recipe card. So the last thing I want to touch on is the price. So I am still in my promotional period. Right now they are offering a promotion where you can get $80 off as a new member, and that $80 is taken off over the course of 4 weeks. So I got $30 taken off for my first delivery. It's going to be $20 for my next 2, and then my fourth delivery is going to be $10 off. And then at that point I'll have to start paying full price for my deliveries. But I paid $50 for my box that I received today. I got 4 meals for 2 people, so I got 8 portions in total, so 2 of each meal, which to me is a great price. That ends up being about $6 per serving, which I am not complaining about. And honestly, as far as if the price is worth it to you, it really depends on how much you already spend on food. But I think $50 for 8 meals, as it relates to my cost for this week specifically, is definitely worth it. And I am thoroughly enjoying the service. I'm going to detail the price breakdown in a different video, so make sure you look out for that video where I'm going to break down the price a little bit more. I'm going to go over my numbers with you as far as how much I usually spend on food and whether or not HelloFresh is going to actually save me in that department. But just an overview, guys. I really love the box. I enjoyed making my food today. I'm looking forward to cooking tomorrow and seeing what that has in store for me. Again, I will come back and check in with you guys after I've had the service for 4 weeks and see if my opinion has changed. But right now, I'm just really enthused. I'm happy to try it. I'm happy that hopefully I won't have to eat fast food for the rest of the week. I have some home cooked meals. I'm happy that I can elevate my own skills. So overall, I'm just really satisfied with the box. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment box below and I'll get to you on those. But otherwise, I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.